Hello there. Hope you guys are all well. I know there's a lot going on right now, and I'm just I don't know what to put out first. I'm just crazy. So anyway, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through some of the nefarious reports that are connecting other reports. So right here on the 11/30/2023, there's a lot going on every single day, but I'm going to pick out one that I want to. Okay, so it's the theft of a snowplow occurred in the last couple of weeks. Report taken. So that was taken off of 22 block of South Main Street. There's a lot going on here. I'm trying to find another certain one. And there's stuff from the building supplies too that are being, reported. So I'm sure that might have something to do with the plow, possibly. Let me see here. There's one. So report the dog has been biting other dogs multiple times that resides at this house. RP was just told by his daughter that the dog attacked another one. Let's see. There's a person that wants to take their life there. There's one right there that was transported to Gritman. I have a feeling. Oh, there's also a bunch of tire slashings again. That are going on throughout all of these days that I'm going to probably be reading to you, I would think, from what I remember. This is one, the RAPE, that reported occurred during Thanksgiving break. So we're talking Thanksgiving break, like last year. After that's happened, then there was a break after last year, and there's also one last year after that too. Pretty scary. A family dispute of a poke. Now, this one I find interesting because of the new voice thing that Kara put out. I'll go into that in a little bit. Here's another version. This one, it's an overdose. Transported to Gritman. Let's see. Then you've got Queen. This one is going to be ongoing. So I don't know if these other ones in here that I'm going to be talking about, if these are related to Queen because of someone that was in Queen that could have possibly seen or been part of this whole for the Idaho 4 slings. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the hold back and forth because I have to go through these reports. So if it's choppy a little bit, sorry about that. So much I need to get out. I'm not even going to worry about having the greatest video or anything like that. Have it all edited and all that stuff. I'm not going to do that right now. Not that I really did a great job anyway, but this one might even be even more so. So the streets we're looking for, let's see, out in the Mountain View area, of course. Hayes Street, Orchard Street, and that turns into public. White Street, of course, it's got some stuff going on. And there's a couple other ones that are, Ashbury and Almater, those are always in the mix, but Palouse, definitely Palouse, because I believe, in my opinion, pure speculation, but that's where it's headed, is that call the woman that did that thing with the reporter, and she claimed that the guys across the street, with the red car and all that. Well, there's now this red car that's being brought up in all of the kopacka camps, right? Oh, and that's a whole other issue when we're going to go into the BG, like the cops call him, the black guy, which, I don't know what to call him now, but I call him BG, right? Well, Lan is over here saying that it's Christian Yena, and then and so during this whole thing, you've got Jordan Baker, who now it's been 2 different ones for sure that Lan has been talking about, but this guy is nefarious, the one that they're talking about, that showing on the body cams. The things I've looked up on him are just weird, just plain old weird. Like, he's a scammer, in my opinion. Pure speculation, but it shows that I don't find anything good on that guy. So I also, when I looked up Christian Yena, so there's no one at the school by that name, but there is a GABA, and now with this other body cam that came out, you've got the guy downstairs, the roomie that doesn't even know where his apartment is, which is, That's one to put down in history right there. So he calls this guy Christian. Well, the guy tells the officer, Heidi, who actually did sneak up behind that cop and was behind him on that body cam, not inside, but still, the whole thing's still weird, and I'm going to go into that too. But so he gets out and she asks him what his name is, and he says his name is Gabriel. Okay, so they go downstairs. So so I find the Christian Gabba, right? So Gabba, could that be Gabriel? Maybe, maybe not. So I looked up Gabba when I found that name, and Gabba took me to the bread lab. It's called the bread lab. It's at the universities, and they're producing their own wheat, sustainable wheat that so they're manufacturing. Remember, I've always said there's something being manufactured, blah, blah, blah. Well, that might be what it is. It might not. It might be part of what it is. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's where it took me. So Christian Gabba took me to the bread lab. So you've got the lab now. Okay, so that's always been in the back of my mind. There's something about a lab. Didn't know what it was, but so she takes this guy downstairs with the dog, which the videos I've made of this BG walking this black and white dog, which is down Linda Lane, right? So she gets down to the car, and she's acting. So allegedly, this guy is roommates with this Jordan, right? So Jordan is roommates with, allegedly, he calls Christian and Brent, right? They don't even know Brent's last name. They don't know his last name. And then when she doesn't want this Gabriel, aka Christian Gabriel, whatever his name is, to go to his car because it's right across from where the window is, where Brent, allegedly could be shooting. So she takes him down to the red car where the guy with the wazoo coat on, and Jordan Baker, if that's what his real name is, and then the guy driving the car. She asked them if she could they could wait at the cop shop, which I highly doubt they did. I mean, that'd be something to find out, huh? But take Gabriel, aka Christian, whatever his name is, to somewhere, wherever he needs to go, or to the cop shop. Is where she wanted them to go. And the guy in the driver's seat, or I think that's who called it out, he said something like, "Hey, Christian, do you want to go with us?" or something like that. "Yeah, we can do that, Christian," or something like that. But he called him Christian, not Gabriel. So is it Christian? Is it Gabriel? I don't know. Will the real one stand up? And there's a lot of Memorex crap going on around here, right? It's alive, or is it Memorex? We don't know. But after this Kara thing came through with this new sound thing that she did, and we've connected Fry from the very get-go. I have anyway, and have not dropped. That's never left my mind either, ever. So now we're going to go back to these police reports. Now, we know this person probably was a hunter, right? Probably had to do with farms. So there you got your agriculture, and there you've got your frats there, and then you got the one that people were saying, this Reed guy with his little K-bar or whatever. Well, I don't know. All I know is that there was a name called out that Kara put out, and his name was Garrett. Not Jared. I believe it was Garrett. So now we've got Garrett, and Garrett is alive and well in those fraternities. And Garrett looks like him, right? So then I go back to the grub truck. And you know what? Molly is not the one who gave Kaylee that whatever she gave her. That was not her. That girl that gave that to him, I think, possibly could be the sidekick to Ferris, the guy that does all the filming. So they call themselves Max and Mies, and I think that could have been her, because the one that is Molly, who is the aficionado in barrel racing her horses, travels all over and gets awards. She was the one in the ripped jeans. That wasn't Riley. That was Mrs. Gray. That was Miss Gray right there. The ripped up jeans, the one that brought the attention to the guys about the phone, right? About the phone in the pictures. The one who handed something to Joe, and you can see it in the grub truck video, and it's very interesting because that girl is suspicious as all get up. And her little sidekick, her best friend Grace, that girl is drunk. She is hammered, and she's got some business going on. If you watch her, it's so interesting what you see in that grub truck video, because as the stories change, then it just dawns on you, why didn't I ever see that one before? And it's not, people can say, it's because you're making it up, da, da, da. It's no. It's just there's so much going down in that video that you have to pick and choose which one you're actually going to look at and pay attention to at the time, because your brain would explode if you didn't. Period. That Molly and Liz, whatever her name is, so she got, Katovich, who her and Jack are also got it. They're right on in there. You know, there's a lot that's in there, but there's certain ones that are in there just more than other ones. So, why was there a meeting time at 3:30 between Liz and Molly in the Venmo? And why did a car pull in there right at that time? And they're saying it was BK. Well, was it? Or was it the people writing the Venmo back and forth? The two girls who were also in the agricultural. Yeah. They got some money too. Yes, they do. And guess what? Molly wrote on her Instagram she's like, this is just the best semester ever. Could it be the best semester ever? Oh, she's so happy. She's got a joyful life. I mean, nothing can go wrong for Molly. Or can it? Because someone needs to talk. Not just ride like the wind, but talk like a freaking storm that's spewing out rain and sleet and just lightning and thunder. Just tell it. Tell it. Miss Molly. Good golly, Miss Molly. You got a lot up in that head of yours. Why don't you let it out of there? Because I'm talking to you, Molly, right now. You know what? Keeping that stuff inside causes dis-ease. I'm going to spell it for you. D-I-S /SEASE. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Dis-ease. Now, dis-ease can be anything. I'm not saying disease. I'm saying dis-ease. Dis-ease is something you will acquire. And it depends on the person. Sometimes it comes on fast. Sometimes it comes on slow. And you don't never know when it's going to happen. And this isn't like a threat of any kind. This is not a threat to you or nothing like that. This is something that happens in daily life to everybody. Like it's a happening that just happens, right? Like it's living, it's life in general. No one does it to you. You do it to yourself. And that is when you keep things like this that you know happened, and you know who did it, in my opinion, or at least someone who does know who did it, or we're part of it, like we're an accomplice in some way, shape, or form. You keeping that in the long run, is going to cause you more trauma. You yourself will cause you more trauma than just letting it out and dealing with the circumstances, what you're going to get because of keeping it, whatever. A sentence or a slap on the wrist normally, but well, you're a girl, so maybe not. You might get in real deep trouble. Guys, just a slap on the wrist, maybe. But knowing since Idaho the way that it is over there, but you are going to cause yourself way more grief, because I think, I could be wrong, you might be just that kind of a person that could do something like this and not feel anything, not have empathy or anything like that. And if that's the case, God forbid, because I would feel so bad for your animals, because you probably don't treat them as well as it seems like you do, because people that don't have empathy like to abuse animals as well. In fact, when they don't get their supply from, the narcissists don't get their supply from the end passer, whoever they're sucking off of at the time, they will take it out on animals. They will harm animals, and they will do it joyfully. And they will forget, and they won't even bat an eye. It doesn't matter. And they'll also abuse animals. Like, say the person that's not giving them the supply anymore, if they're there, right there in front of them, and they're not getting the supply that they need from that person, if they know that person is an animal lover, They will abuse an animal right in front of them. So they will, hands down, 1,000%, get that supply from you at that very moment. Because you can't help yourself. But, give it. It doesn't matter what it is. They'll take good, bad, whatever. Bad's the best for them. They get more energy, more supply off of bad if you feel bad. But if you give bad, feedback or back to them or whatever. If it's good, they still get it. They still get supply. It's attention. But the bad is the best for them. They love it. They taste it. Ooh, they love it. They love it. Tastes good to them. And then you watch those people. You watch those people as this is happening in real time. And I'm not joking you. This happens. You will see them get younger. No, I'm not crazy in my head. I'm not crazy in my head. I've seen it all my life. My family's like this. I've seen it. My mother's like this. It's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, it's almost like you can see them morph. The first time I realized what I was seeing, I didn't know what to think. And then as I started realizing what was happening and thinking about the times that, passed, things that have happened, and just things that were, no one could really put their finger on what it was, right? I look back at that and I just think, wow, holy crap, that is what that was. She got so much energy and supply of what she did that she was no longer sick. She looked good. Like, literally, I was like, whoa. I mean, she must have, taken 20 years off. It's amazing. It's amazing how they do it. I don't know. I mean, I would never want to. And I was thinking to myself, while studying this kind of stuff, God, it would be so much easier just to be a narcissist. But man, I don't think so. I mean, how ugly would that feel inside? I mean, even though they don't feel it, I mean, that's such a catch-22, right? You got a narcissist who does this ugly stuff, yet they don't feel ugly inside because they can't feel that type of thing. Such a man. That is like I don't know. That's hard. People who have not been in a narcissistic relationship before, who have not, or in a really, like a gnarly one, or a consistent one, right? They don't understand the narcissist, and luck, good for them, because they must be the type of person that the narcissist doesn't want. Like, the narcissist doesn't want them because they're not able to give them the supply. Like, they just don't give it up, right? They somehow have this, I don't know, this electric fence around them or something that keeps those narcissists away, which, dang, I wish I had one of those. God, that would be so great. I don't, though. In fact, I have one of those doors that opens wide open for them, and I don't even know what's happening. It's just incredible that I've been through, yeah, I've done my time in therapy in those offices and gotten therapy for this kind of stuff, and it's so. My best therapy was Theo Vaughn, I'll tell you that much. He was my best therapy. And I'm not joking you either. That guy, I think, kept me alive. He didn't know it, but he did. One of these days, I'm going to send him this hat I found. Oh my gosh. So they call him the Rat King, right? And I found this hat. Oh my God, it's a knit hat. It's all different colors. It's not like a rainbow, striped, but it's just got these block colors all over it. And someone knit it themselves. And it is a rat face. It's a rat hat. I mean, oh my God, it is so cute, though. It's so dang cute. When I found it, it was right in the middle of all my things that were going on with me, and had been listening to Theo and stuff. And I found it at I don't remember exactly where I found it. It was at a garage sale or a thrift store or something like that. Anyway, I picked it up, and oh my God, I just started laughing. I could not believe what I just found. I mean, out of all things, who's, really, seriously. I've never seen one, and probably never see another one like it, because, someone made it themselves. But one of these days, I'm going to send that to him, that's for sure. Anyway, I've really talked my whole, as I usually do. Well, let's get back into this. So, let's see. We're looking for a woman who thinks somebody stole her cat. We're looking for one of those. And we're looking for just the things that go on around those roads that are out there, and things that have happened recently. okay, so the longer this is going on, the more like the true crimers are getting things like the cams, the things like that, and breaking the story down, like connecting things and all that kind of stuff. And you know what that means? That means those people out there are getting worried and they're lashing out, because just like Molly, with all that, that stuff that could be, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, building up inside, depending on who she really is, that person, if she's really that happy or if she's just putting on a show. Which, if she's putting on a show, I hope she does get help and does get someone to talk to and get this out of her, because what I've seen in this Moscow thing, the people that are acting like they're A-okay are not. And those maybe are some of the people that actually did take their lives. And I'm not saying, I hope to God this is important. You guys, there's a hotline for this kind of stuff. Please get help, because it's maybe she had something to do with it, like directly. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she was, told something and handed something to someone, or did it. Maybe she thought it was something totally different. I don't know. But there's something there. That's all I've got to say. There's something there. So get it out, because this stuff only festers, and it's obviously festering amongst this area that's happening with all this stuff that's going on, and it's consistent. It's not, just every once in a while there's a tire slashing. No, it's like a whole crapload of them, like 20 different cars in one night. Someone's very angry and someone has a knife. Someone's angry and they have a knife. What happened the last time they got really angry? We think it might be the last time. What if it wasn't the last time? What if something else happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. 4 people were taken out with a knife. Brutally. Recklessly. Morbidly. It was just... It had to be something that no one ever in their whole life would ever think they would have to visualize or even think about. But it did happen. So here we got a person with a knife slashing tires. It takes, to ram freaking a knife into a tire. Some of the tires were dualies. A full set of dualies on this guy's truck. He had 4, I think, different vehicles in his driveway. 2 of them were his. All of them got their tires slashed. It takes a lot of strength to push that knife into that tire. And then rip up, or whatever they do. And then run, exhilarated, because they got some supply or something out of it, some anger out, or whatever it is. But we're talking 20 in one night. That is a lot of anger that is coming out. Where is this anger going to go if it is not contained and dealt with? I'll tell you where it's going to go. Nowhere good, that's for sure. Moscow PD better get their roller skates on, man, because they got some moving to do. Got some moving to do. Or maybe they need a few bikes. Okay, so we're going to be bouncing back and forth, right? So it's not going to be no rhyme, no reason. Sorry about that, but that's the way it's going to be today. We have got the 29th, so we just did the 30th. We've got South Hayes and Kenneth. Remember I said we're looking for Hayes Orchard, Public, White Avenue, Indian Hills around there, Palouse, also Palouse, big time. Okay, so we've got abnormal behavior off Deacon, so Deacon's right there too, and that's a patient was transported. Domestic dispute off of White Avenue. States her boyfriend drove her home. He's drunk, now locked her out of her apartment. Traffic hazard, that's over on Garfield, that's the other street, Garfield Hayes. Complaint of a dumpster on the street since May. 2 vehicles cannot drive safely by it, causing collisions. Oh, then we got, Cleveland's right on there too. There's a vehicle theft. So here's some tire slashings. That's starting on Logan. Then you got the what person right there. You guys can read that. Making statements of wedding. Paradise Creek, harassment and phone calls. So these are what's coming up. So we've got Paradise Creek. That's all students that live around there, right? So we've got whoever's the people that did this. They're coming unglued is what's happening, and so their seams are busting apart little by little. And they're calling out these people. They're causing in my opinion, I think they're causing car accidents. I think they're doing hit and runs. They're slashing tires. They're doing things to people's houses. They've got harassing phone calls. You've got of pictures, like pictures. So where are all the pictures from that night and the night before? All the party pictures. Where are they? Well, apparently this person in here, several people in these reports have pictures to share with everybody. They're blackmailing people over them. So we've got that, Paradise Creek. We've got same smell throughout the neighborhood, just like this gas leak that they cannot find. No big deal, nothing to see here. There's traffic violation off Main. Vehicle almost hit the responding party 2 minutes ago. Vehicle turned northbound onto Main. So then we've got a suspicious person, 1000 block of Main Street. There's blood on the RP's vehicle and wasn't there last night. What did they hit? Are they hitting people? Are they running people over? No, I'm not making this up in my head. If you read the reports like I do, you will understand. You will understand my concern. We got a vehicle fire out off the fairgrounds. Are they lighting them up? We got another harassment. Wants to speak to an officer about her son. Who is her son? That would be interesting to know who her son is, because maybe he is one of them that's coming unglued. We got another harassment. Someone wrote disturbing words on the RP's vehicle in snow. Do they know these people? Are they harassing them? What are they writing on these cars? Welfare check. Someone wants to know, make sure this woman in this house who lives alone wants to make sure she's okay. Law enforcement calls. There's a car seat. And then they got this person at Palouse. Okay, now this person at Palouse right here, a little bit later on, this person will no longer be there because this person will perish. Okay. All right. So this might be one of two people, actually. This might be not the same one I'm talking about, but it's a one of two. Okay, we got a scam. Advising online, that had his private photos and blackmailing him for them. There we go. We've got, okay, so that's the 29th, right? It just gets more and more disturbing, you guys. So hold on for this ride. Goes right on up till today. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I got to show you guys something before I get into... We're going to go back to that snowplow thing, right? Okay, hold on.
Scary situation on Highway 21 yesterday morning. The Boise County Sheriff's Office posted these photos on social media. Idaho State Police say a snowplow was driving on a closed portion of Highway 21 when it tried to get around a disabled sheriff's truck. Instead, the plow slid into the truck and pushed it over the embankment. The plow then tipped onto its side and on top of the truck. Idaho State Police say, fortunately, though, there were no injuries reported.
So I realized that was out of Boise, but nonetheless, it was a snowplow that had something really weird happen, right? So we're also going back to the connection with the Trey guy with the white Elantra. That was Brian Mumby, but Trey posted something really weird, and he was the one that had his hands wrapped around the cat's neck. He was the one that tagged Boise Hotel or Motel in his tag about that, talking about money, talking about black SUV, things like that. He's out of Boise. Okay, he also talks about stalking, about sneaking up to windows and looking in the windows. He talks about tiptoeing through the tulips, which is basically, yeah. That video I just posted about that. So, let me see. Did I get all these on here? Oh. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let me double check. Which one's this one? The 29th? Going to the 28th now. Okay, hold on. Okay, so now we've got people smashing out windows, windshields, right? Off of Eileen over there. Bank account open in their name, violation, let's see, traffic hazard. Gonna look for certain streets. Now, Sweet's down around that area too, so remember that. And that's where those guys were caught with the sign, stealing the sign of Mr. Long-haired guy down at the freaking grub truck, like he's no innocent man. Well, then we got the health and welfare people calling, doing that kind of stuff. If that's who they are, probably not. And then a person trying to get herself on these properties, and that's happening a lot too. there's a female that's having some issues with doing a lot of not so nice things. You know, it's just someone that was hurt down off Northwood. Now there's neighbors' doors open, so you can hear moaning, a weird moaning noise from the inside. That would scare me. Then we got Sweet Avenue. That's where those guys ripped that sign off at Identity Apartments. Wants to make a report about verbal abuse from a roommate. Now this could be a guy or girl. It could even be that long-haired guy with his other friend. It could even be those people, you know. Wow, a vehicle passing a garbage truck and can't stay in their lane. That's not good. That's a big truck. So okay, so this one's really concerning to me. You got an abandoned vehicle off of East Street. So in that report that lady did, or that interview with that one Sean Cohen, she said the people across the street had 2 red cars, POS, pieces of you know what, and a blue small pickup. So this is a Mazda pickup truck, right? So now we've got this abandoned vehicle. It's been at the residence for nearly a year. Abandoned. Have they checked this vehicle? And if not, why? Why haven't they checked this vehicle? It meets the description of what someone called out, of what someone turned into the FBI allegedly. Okay, now we're going to start these. Here we got this abandoned vehicle, right? This is when really the guts of this starts happening with this knifing, the tires slashing and stuff. So all of a sudden, these people are concerned about this vehicle. That's been there for a year. Okay, you've got, next thing you got Park Drive. You got tires slashed. Another one, tires slashed on Maybell. You've got bound property. Well, who knows where that is. Harassment, female's trespass. So she's back. That woman that was up here earlier, she's back. She'll be back a few more times. So now we've got the public program. So here's what I think of the public program is. This is something that it's a cop talk, in my opinion. So when things start happening like this, when these nefarious things and these consistent things like the tire slashings and things like that start happening, the cops go in there and do a cop talk. Yeah, hard to say. So I believe they do this because they either think the frats are doing it because it's a hazing thing as well. The girls do it to the girls this way. They make them go out and do things like this. You know, this is a hazing thing to make them prove themselves to them. You need to go out and do this. And it's never really something nice, you guys. They don't go out and they don't bring flowers to people. And if they do bring flowers to people, they're probably poisonous. Because the hazing is not meant to be pleasant. It's meant to prove your trust to the brothers, to the system. And so, of course, everyone would make it in. Well, not everyone if you were just really an evil person. But most people would make it in. All they had to do was something nice. But they're breaking it down. They're trying to find the weak people. They're trying to find the nice people, right? And they're trying to get rid of them. This is what they're doing. They're getting rid of people with hearts. They're getting rid of people that have empathy. They're getting rid of people that basically aren't like them, narcissists and cruel and don't give a crap what they do to anybody or anything. Because they just take it on, just like a little tap on the wrist, right? They don't take it like other people do. These are the people they're unaliving. They're getting rid of who they deem weak. And that's people who care, who feel, who make an honest living, who stop and walk a little lady across the street, who helps abandon puppies or kittens or an animal that's hurt and helps it out and brings it where it needs to be brought to, who who does these are normal things on a daily basis that people do. Real people with hearts and souls. Not go out and slash tires and egg houses and steal cars and shoot air guns out their windows at people walking on the street, men, dogs, kids. They don't go turn on garden hoses, attach a garden hose to their outside faucet, open up a freaking window and put the garden hose on full blast water inside someone's house. Yes, this has happened. I have read it myself. And it's not the first time things like that have happened with water. There's all sorts of stuff, you guys. And it is just getting uglier and uglier. And they better put a kibosh on this. They better put a manhole cover on this one, a heavy one, because this is not. It is coming to the point. You think about all the frats in there. You think about all of them getting together and just going hell-bent for election. Oh, it's going to be. Oh yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. They don't even give them anything when they have a party anymore. When people are calling in, they just tell them to hold it down. You don't want to get a ticket. You want to spend that money on booze, not on this. So keep it quiet. That's what's happening. So they continue to do it because there's no consequences for them. It's fun for them. What can we get away with now? How smooth can we talk to get out of this one? How many officers' feet do we have to kiosk? Or maybe we got to give them something else. We got they got connections. You never know. Pure speculation, in my opinion. So those public programs, yeah. So we've got gun check, perimeter drive, harassment, stalking complaint off Pullman Road. Also a place out there. Also places not, Pullman and there's what's the other one? It's got. Oh, in fact, I need to remember that road. Crap. It'll come up. Farm Road, Pullman and Farm Road. So there's a trailer park or mobile home park out there that also has some interesting stuff going down. And it's also where a certain person who is a SO, who has the same name as a couple different Ashlands at the U, that person, that one right there, who somehow never gets his picture underneath the registries. His picture's never in there, yet he's always in there. So I wonder who he is, or why he gets the gold star and the treatment, and the other ones don't. So we've got a fraud, Orchard Avenue. Yep, possible phone scam. Sorry, I just heard something weird. I don't know what it was. Oh, well, my cat heard it too. What's that noise, honey? Anyway, okay. So, convulsions or seizures, University Avenue. Patient transported to Gritman. Now, here's the thing. I've been talking about the rabies thing and all that kind of stuff. That can cause convulsions and seizures and stuff. But also, so can other things. In fact, I was watching videos, reading all about the stuff about water, how the frats use water a lot of times, like make you drink a bunch of water and exercise. Well, what that does is that it depletes your electrolytes, and you can't live. Your body will shut down. You need electrolytes. In fact, in Japan, that's how they commit, they drink tons of water. They just keep drinking water after water after water after water, and they will die. That's how they commit suicide. Also, they do hara-kiri or what, but this one isn't one that they do. They drink water, and it'll. So with these seizures that are coming in with these frat boys that are, like, there's been two or three of them in the last, maybe more than that, the last few years, that they talk about having to exercise in the water and drinking water and then drinking all the alcohol and then drinking water, or putting their heads down in the water or waterboarded or whatever. It will cause seizures and convulsions because your body it goes into shock, and it starts shutting down. So when your body goes into shock, it shuts down organs. The first organs that it doesn't need it saves the ones that your body absolutely needs to keep you alive for last before they shut down. So it's going to start shutting down other things. Now your brain's the last one, your brain and your heart, right? And so it's going to shut down other things. Like it's going to shut down like your circulation, it's weird what it does. It's really crazy. In fact, I've seen this happen. In fact, I had an anxiety attack one time that was gnarly. I'm telling you what, I didn't know what was going on with me. And I had just gotten off work. I worked at UPS. I loaded trucks at UPS. I was in my mid-20s. And I also had two other jobs, hairstylist, and I was also a bartender. So I was busy, and I had just had something traumatic happen in my life, right? So I was not feeling the best emotionally. But this attack, oh my gosh, I'll never forget it. Like, all I remember is thinking that I see through, I'm awake and I'm walking and talking, but I feel like I'm inside my head, and it felt like a tunnel. Like, all I could see was tunnel vision, but I didn't feel like I was going to pass out. But then it felt like I couldn't talk, like talking like this, like my tongue was really fat. And then I looked down, and because I was afraid, I didn't want to drive myself to the hospital. I was afraid I couldn't drive. So I had this older neighbor, and I don't remember what I did, but anyway, I looked down, and it looked like my kneecaps were black. And I scared the living crap out of me, man. She was literally right next door. I was in like a triplex at the time, and so she was nice enough to give me a ride to the hospital. My grandma actually came and picked me up, but yeah. And you know what they told me at the hospital? They told me that they think I might have, it might be MS or something like that, which it had nothing. No, I've never even been, nothing has ever showed up in me ever since. But that person, told my grandma and myself both that, and it was just an anxiety attack is what it was. So I know these things can happen, you guys. I know they can. I've had experience with it. So this one's interesting too. They don't say what it is, but it's a found property, it was booked into the lost and found. Oh no, wait a second. Booked into lost and found. Now that's a normal one when they do that, but there's one in here that does seem suspicious about a lost and found, and I'll have to. I think they put a case on it. There was a case or something like that written up for it, which is interesting. All right. Your normal thefts. You've got vagrancy, people living, malicious mischief. Okay, here's more driver's side tires. There's more tires right here. Spotswood's right out there in that same area. Then we've got this one. This one is scary, you guys. Controlled substance problem. 900 block of Paradise Creek. You know, it's all these, like, I think it's basically the dormitories for the freshmen and, you know, they call them lower class. I mean, you know, the younger ones. Anyway, the reporting party advised he was told drug dealers are around the LLCs trying to find a way in to contact a female, and a report was taken. So, does this female know something about the Idaho 4? And are they going in to get her? Or does she owe them money because maybe she, you know, got into a predicament, you know, and maybe she's just not a nice person and she just does this and she stole something from them. I don't know. But they're not nice people either, obviously. But they're trying to get in to a dorm. And it says, and it's plural. It's not a singular drug dealer. It is dealers are around the LLCs. What does it mean by around the LLCs? Are they like literally outside, standing outside, like around the whole circumference of it? I mean, what are they doing? And they're trying to get a way in to contact a female. Well, thank God if those doors are locked. Seriously. Scary. And when we're talking drug dealers, they could be any type of drug dealer. It could be from your lowest, you know, peon or whatever, to what a cartel. I mean, we don't know, right? Okay, next we're gonna go to, this is the 28th, right? God, I can't believe we're only this far into it, and I'm not even getting where I want to go yet. Jeez, maybe I'll jump way up ahead in the next one. Okay, all right, you got the 27th. So we've got Gritman, disorderly conduct, combative patient, vehicle prowl, broken window was broken, dogs barking all the time, another vehicle prowl, Spotswood. So there's that area, same area out there. Another vehicle prowl right there through veg. I mean, these are all in the same area, you guys. So domestic dispute, complaint of dispute, not physical, welfare check, reporting her husband. Okay, so family in the cars. So a suicidal person has a client who is threatening to, wet themselves off louder. Property damage to both the men and women's bathroom. That's anger. That's anger. People lashing out. Do vehicle, no injuries. Big, see, we got another accident. Kibbe, so Someone hit the RP's front bumper and it cracked. It's almost falling on the ground. Fraud. Person on the phone with some sort of Bitcoin scam asking her to send them money. Okay, so I'm connecting the Bitcoin scam with EcoShield with the alt boys, right? Okay, that's just part of that, which also I think is wrapped around this some way, shape, or form because they're all frats. Suspicious person off Cleveland states you can hear a loud humming sound coming from her neighbor's house. And there's a lot of these happening where there's insurance. They'll get into an accident and people are running off. They're taking off without giving their insurance to the other person, yet they got the other person's insurance. Let's see. Here's a camping in a trailer next to the business lot. More shoplifters, abnormal behavior, man acting very odd. Lots of court cases. So requesting court cases, or requesting a case, not court cases, but for someone to these are officers taking it upon themselves to actually put in a file for a case. So harassment, deacon, there's that. Harassing to post. Okay, so this one was just the other day, right? So here they're getting it again. Reporting a subject is threatening to post explicit photos of him online. Report taken. So this is not the first time this person has called in about this. This was either yesterday or the day before. Disorderly conduct. We've got at the Super 8, female yelling about killing people. Acting erratic, doesn't think she should be driving. Okay, so someone's going off. Someone's blown their top over at the Super 8 motel, and they're yelling. It's a woman. She's yelling about killing people. Who is this person and what is it all about, right? Welfare check. Sounds like a male yelling for help, possibly coming from the alley. Main Street. These are all there, right? Whew, my God. Okay, 11:26. Just going backwards here a little bit. Then we're going to jump all the way up to current day. Then we're going to go. I don't know what I'm going to do after that. There's requesting a welfare check. Her son has a history of wedding due to their family background history. Non-injury, accident in a parking lot. A lot of those are happening where cars are being hit in parking lots, and I think it's on purpose, in my opinion. Noise complaint, but document darkening forever. Civil calls off Mountain View, right? Request to speak with an officer about regarding recovering property. So that's, who knows what that's about. A welfare check. Paradise Creek at the LLCs. So yesterday, day before, not yesterday, but in what I'm reading here, they just had someone call in saying that there was drug dealers trying to get into the LLCs down there off Paradise to get to talk to a female. Now we've got a request welfare check on a friend who may be self-harming. So this was the day before those guys are out there. So I got to remember, I'm going backwards. So hopefully you guys can remember. I'm going to talk fast. I'm feeling a little manic with all the things that have been happening today. It's kind of crazy. Report of a third-party dispute. So someone's calling in because I hear a bunch of stuff going down. Okay, on to the 26th. I meant the 25th. So now, on Almond, at the mini storage, you've got a break-in to someone's storage unit. Now, I've been saying all along that in the Lindow Lane thing, whatever, surveillance, I can hear somebody. It sounds exactly like somebody opening and closing a storage unit and putting something in a storage area. So I believe that there's things in storage areas. 100% I believe that. Well, here's people breaking into them, and this has been happening a little, here and there. This has been happening with these storage units as well. So now we got road rage. So road rage off of Hayes Street. This is one of the number one streets I'm looking at. Orchard, Hayes, that area. So someone followed her home after trying to pass and getting road rage. So someone actually followed her home because she passed him. That's an anger issue, big time anger issue. So we've got all these accidents. Look at them all in a row. No injuries. Two vehicles, head-ons. Here's someone trying to break into their apartment and so someone broke into the apartment and took cash. Mountain View, we've got a request to speak with an officer about a civil matter concerning a vehicle. What kind of vehicle that was? Threatening. Northwood, complaint of someone threatening RP after trying to scam him. Agency assist. We've got responding to assist at Pullman Police. Suspect eastbound on Pullman Highway. Report taken. So they actually had to throw strips out for, I think this might be the person, and they actually got him, but they had to throw spike strips out. Burglary. 500 block of Idaho Avenue. Reporting nobody should be in the residence, but can hear someone moving on the second floor. That is scary, you guys. Oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna pop back up to current day now and just get this one posted on here. So that is this for now. Maybe we'll do one more to get up to an hour. I really don't want to do that, but I'm gonna, because they all should be. We'll do the 24th here. These all need to be seen, right? And they need to be broken down. We got fraud, reported being blackmailed over Gmail. Chocolate lab running around, has a red collar. Now that one's been running around. It seems to be fine. People don't think it's like, a mean dog or anything. We got another vehicle accident. Elderly female with dementia. Police Empire Mall. She's been missing for over an hour. Traffic violation. Let's see, theft, shoplifter, civil. Law enforcement was talking to an officer about him possibly having a warrant. No. Oh, here we go. Stray animal. And okay, so we got line. So there's Hayes, Orchard, Line, and Public. They're all in the same area. Brindle, Pitbull, Pit Mix running around and has a green collar. All right, so we need to keep that one right there. We need to take a screenshot of that. Okay, let me do a little cut. Let's see what else is on this page first. I'll do this. Oh man, there's just all sorts of stuff on this page. Maybe I'll keep the whole thing. God dang. Gosh darn. So, traffic hazard, reporting a light on Jefferson's very slow. I don't know if someone's got anything to do with electronics or they're smarty pants in that way, but here's another one being scammed over the phone. Harassment, wants to talk to an officer about online harassment and impersonation of an attorney. Traffic violation, disorderly, Paradise Drive, reporting a neighbor screaming and yelling because of barking dogs. Suspicious person, Maine. Here's a person pointing a green laser. Now this person's been doing this. It's not the first time you're going to hear this. It's not the second time. There's a few of them. Passing as cars are driving by, and actually standing and pointing it into like the to fraternity row into the windows. Okay, now we've got another dispute. We're talking off Mountain View Road over there. Hearing a male yelling, then a loud female scream, and then no report. Yeah. I wonder if... I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it. Okay. How much more can we get on this before... Let's do one more. We can get down here. See what's going down. Another suspicious person. Creekside Apartments. Reporting a male went into this apartment and RP doesn't believe anyone has rented this apartment. So someone went in there, but no one has rented that. I wonder if that's like those Pullman apartments on those body cams. They don't look like there's nobody living in there either. Law enforcement calls. University of Idaho wants to talk to an officer about suspicious online activity. More online activity. Digital evidence. Yep. Pintail. Controlled substance. So Pintail is also out there. There's all these little roads, and it's really weird because Orchard turns into Hayes, then turns into Orchard, then turns into Hayes again. It just throws you way off when you're trying to go find something out there. Sherry's electrical, so vehicle fire. Was it on accident? Was it live or was it member X? Controlled substance, report taken, Blaine, noise complaint, thumping noise. Okay. All right, we're going to shut this one down for now. We're going to go, I'm going to take this back to the current day, actually. See you soon.